Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to the first below freezing morning of the fall season of 15. Woke up, everything was actually fogged in, and anywhere there was water pooling anywhere, it was frozen. Now, by the time I looked, it was 32, but for everything to be frozen like that, it had to actually get below 32. 32 just all of a sudden is not going to freeze everything. But I'm guessing it's probably mid-30s by now, because it's probably been an hour and a half since I looked. It's still hella cold out here, I can tell you that. But you know, with the Spider, I can't even bend over to look down. This is my first ride bundled up where you feel like you can't move. I hate that. You know, you got to keep, you know, the jacket does a great job of keeping the wind from going down your neck, but you always wear something to even further keep it going down my neck. Well, it just kind of gives you that limiting feeling. You feel like you're in a, you know, or a Formula One car or something. You're all locked in, you know. But anyway, about 10:30 last night, Kelly steps out to have a quick little puff before she goes to bed out on the front porch, and here's this thump, 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 and all of a sudden our dogs go ape shit. They're all sitting on the porch with her, and all of them, and the lab and the two sisters, the lab mix, they're very stealthy little hunters. They don't bark. They go for the kill first. It's crazy. You know, most dogs go, boo, freak out. They'll freak out if you just come pulling into our driveway, you know, like during the day. But if they hear something running in the night, it is a dead silent attack and kill. So anyway, they just all take off, and she's like, what in the hell? And, you know, they'll hear things out in the woods, and they do this all the time, you know. Not a sound out of the dogs. They just freak out and go. And so anyway, they all take off, and all of a sudden she hears us crashing and banging through the woods. Now she hears the barking and the freaking out. And she's thinking, oh shit, the dogs are after an elk or something, because whatever this is, it's going through the woods across our street I mean, she says it literally sounds like it's knocking trees down as it's going through. She goes, very loud crashing through the wood sound. So she thought, sure as shit, it was an elk, and our damn dogs are chasing elk, because now they're barking. You know, once they get to it and are on it, they'll start barking. So she starts screaming for them. And then all of a sudden, she hears this bullhorn. Come out now, or we'll release the dogs. And they repeat it a couple, 3 times. And Kelly comes flying in the house. Get out here and call your dogs. And see, when they're in trouble, they're my dogs. You know, it's just kind of like, you know, like your kids when they're growing up. But anyway, so I go out there and whistle, and they come right in. I get them all in the house. And you know, she's explaining to me. She goes, yeah, there's because between hearing the bullhorn and running in to grab me, a police car come down our gravel road at about Mach 10, lights flashing. So whatever, you know, she knows now all hell's breaking loose about something. So still, at almost 2 o'clock this morning, there's Lewis County Sheriff's Department with canines going through everything around our house, out in our field, out in our tree farm. And for whatever reason, the dog keeps tracking back to our house, you know. And the whole time, I turn my police scanner on, I can hear all the radio communication. So we're paying attention to them, and they end up out going in the woods about the place that they said they went in. So there must have been more than one. But whatever happened, it started out on the highway, because you can look out across my fields, you can see flashing lights out towards the highway, and they had spotlights going across the back fields, and it was crazy. But they kept coming through our fences and stuff, and I'm like, dear God, they're gonna, hopefully they're not in a rush and, you know, cut my fence down to go through it. But we shut off, and that was through our tree farm mostly, that they kept coming and going out of. And then they'd come in, go around my house, and, you know, they're at my back window. And I stuck my head out the window once and asked, I said, hey, you guys aren't cutting my fence down when you're coming back and through. And they don't even answer me. They just walk, they just keep going. I mean, they're right underneath me, underneath my bathroom window in the master bedroom. They don't answer me. But anyway, you know, Kelly called the police because they were going all around us, you know, and kept hearing the bullhorn. So Kelly calls the sheriff's department and says, hey, you guys are looking all over the place. I was standing on my porch, and something come running down our road and went through the woods, and my dogs chased after it and got to it at some point because there was all kinds of barking and carrying on. And so anyway, they come down the road and they talk and pull in our drive and talk to her. But it's like a half hour later, they're coming through that area with the dog or dogs. So I don't know. The guy's long gone. He's out by Mount St. Helens by now. And for whatever reason, the dog kept kind of backtracking through the woods, unless the guy was roaming through the woods. But anyway, he ordered us to go and make sure the dogs stay inside and lock your house up. Do not come out for anything. So whatever they're after these guys for, they chased them apparently up the highway. And there's some little S-turns down the road from our house, and it's pretty common for people to crash there, where all the lights and stuff were flashing. That looks like what happened. Is it was probably a chase, and the people ran off the road, and a foot pursuit ensued. So I looked in the news. It's too early for anything to be about it. If you're curious, it's www.lewiscountysirens, plural sirens.com. lewiscountysirens.com. And it's kind of a little heads up thing. Nothing ever happens in our area. You got to go, 20 miles, 25 miles up north of us into Chehalis, where I take you guys. That's where the Walmarts and everything is. But you'll probably laugh at what's in there. It's very very minimalistic. It's usually people that aren't even from around here, because I-5 goes right through the middle of all this, and it's usually people get pulled over with no license and DUIs and that kind of a thing. It doesn't seem to be local people. And I used to live in Portland for 12 years, and oh man, scanners just non-stop going off. It was crazy. Around here, your scanner can be sitting on for 2 hours and you never hardly hear a thing. The occasional traffic stop. Anyway, pretty exciting night and morning. I gotta stop and put some petrol in the beast and head my way to work. So I'll chit chat with y'all later. I lost. Oh, there's something out here. Some kind of radio tower. It always turns my Wi-Fi off every time. Can't figure it out. There's something in here that it never fails, or never fails to fail. Maybe I should say that. Yeah, too many things going on. Oh shit! I'm pulling all my crap out here. Come on now. Had all this out for washing the bike. Anyway, I'm out. We'll see ya. Gotta turn you off manually. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Thanks now. Bye bye. Okay, I had to bounce back on here for just a second. So in Toledo, when I was talking to you guys earlier, 34 degrees the gauge finally settled down with, so my guess was right. I was thinking it was about mid-30s. So 34, 69 here in Vancouver. I am absolutely sweat. I literally need to crawl out of this thing and take a shower. I can feel the sweat running down the crease of my back. That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. How on God's green earth do you have that big of a swing in temperature? 35 degrees. Is that even possible? It's like I jumped on a plane and flew an hour down into a different state or something. God almighty. It is hot. And what makes this even sweeter is the coat I have underneath my TPG here is not exactly a warm weather coat. So if it's in the 70s when I leave here today, I'm gonna bake. So anyway, as I pull into the workstead, I'm gonna bail out on you. We'll see ya. Thanks now. Bye-bye.